During the second week of January 2026, the deaths of several prominent figures from entertainment, music, sports, and literature drew national attention. Each of these individuals left a distinct mark on their field, and their passing prompted renewed discussion about the work and influence they carried throughout their lives. Actor Richard Dimitri passed away on December 18, 2025, in Los Angeles after a long struggle with serious heart and lung conditions. He was 83 years old, and confirmation of his death became public this week. Dimitri was known for his sharp comedic presence and his ability to handle multiple character roles with ease. In the mid-1970s, he appeared in a television parody produced by Mel Brooks, where he played two contrasting characters within the same series. His film career included memorable performances in comedy features that helped define a specific era of American humor and ensemble acting. Shortly afterward, the music world lost one of its most influential voices. Bob Weir died on January 10, 2026, after a prolonged battle with cancer. He was 78 years old. As a founding member of the Grateful Dead, Weir helped shape a sound that blended rock, folk, and improvisation in a way that permanently changed live music culture. He contributed rhythm guitar, lead and supporting vocals, and co-wrote several songs that became staples of American rock history. Following the death of Jerry Garcia, Weir continued performing and leading new projects, ensuring the band's spirit remained active for new generations of listeners. Another loss occurred on December 18, 2025, with the death of actor Roger Ewing at the age of 83. Ewing was closely associated with one of television's most iconic Western series, where he portrayed a deputy marshal and handyman during the show's later seasons. His character added a grounded and dependable presence to the long-running series. Over time, Ewing became recognized as one of the last surviving performers linked to that era of classic television westerns. On January 9, 2026, actor T.K. Carter died at his home in Duarte, California. He was 69 years old. Carter became widely recognized for his role in a cult science fiction horror film released in the early 1980s, where he played a cook stationed at a remote Antarctic base under threat from an unknown entity. Beyond film, Carter built a steady television career, appearing in multiple well-known series and demonstrating a range that extended from comedy to serious drama. The following day, January 10, 2026, British actor Derek Martin passed away at the age of 92. He was best known for his long-running role on a popular UK soap opera, where he portrayed a quiet, family-oriented cab driver over more than a decade. His performance earned respect for its realism and emotional restraint. Martin also appeared in other British television productions, contributing to the industry over several decades. On January 9, 2026, actress Tina Packer died at a hospital in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. She was 87 years old, and her death was attributed to natural causes. Early in her career, Packer appeared in British television productions, including a science fiction series and a classic literary adaptation. Later, she became a major figure in American theater after founding a respected performing and teaching company in Massachusetts. Her influence extended beyond acting, shaping generations of stage performers and directors. That same period also saw the death of author Eric von Daniken on January 10, 2026, in Switzerland. He was 90 years old. Von Daniken gained international attention through a book published in the late 1960s that proposed ancient civilizations may have been influenced by extraterrestrial visitors. His ideas generated controversy but also fueled widespread public fascination. In later years, he became a familiar presence on television programs exploring alternative historical theories. On January 11, 2026, former Major League Baseball pitcher Dave Giusti died at the age of 86. Giusti was a key contributor to the Pittsburgh Pirates during the 1970s, helping the team secure multiple division titles and a World Series championship. His career also included time with several other major league teams, and he was respected for his consistency and leadership on the field. Racing legend Hans Hermann passed away on January 9, 2026, at the age of 97. Hermann was a major figure in international motorsports and made history by winning the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1970, becoming the first driver to claim that victory in a Porsche. Earlier in his career, he competed in Formula One and drove for the Mercedes-Benz factory team, earning a reputation for precision and endurance during a dangerous era of racing. Finally, on January 13, 2026, cartoonist Scott Adams died at his home in Pleasanton, California. He was 68 years old and had been battling prostate cancer. Adams was the creator of a widely syndicated comic strip that satirized corporate life and office culture. His work resonated with millions of readers by highlighting workplace absurdities through sharp humor and social observation, leaving a lasting impact on modern comic storytelling. Scott Adams is being remembered as one of the defining comic voices of the 1990s and early 2000s. His work expanded far beyond the printed page, inspiring a television adaptation, merchandise, games, and a wide range of media projects. Through sharp satire and recognizable workplace themes, his creations became deeply embedded in popular culture during a time of rapid corporate change. Civil rights activist Claudette Colvin died on January 13, 2026, while receiving hospice care in Texas. She was 86 years old. In 1955, at just 15 years old in Montgomery, Alabama, Colvin was arrested after refusing to surrender her seat on a segregated bus to a white passenger. Her act of defiance occurred months before a similar protest brought national attention to the issue. Colvin later became one of the key plaintiffs in the Supreme Court case that ultimately brought an end to bus segregation in Montgomery. Though her name was often overlooked, historians recognize her as a critical catalyst in the civil rights movement. Musician Matt Kwasniewski-Kelvin died in January 2026 at the age of 26, following a long struggle with mental health challenges. He was a founding guitarist of the British post-punk band Black Midi, a group widely praised for pushing musical boundaries. Their early work, including a highly regarded debut album released in 2019, helped establish a new experimental sound. Kwasniewski-Kelvin is remembered as a gifted and forward-thinking musician whose influence came far too early to an end. Musician and record producer John Forte died on January 12, 2026, at his home in Chilmark, Massachusetts. He was 50 years old. Forte was best known for his work with the Fugees, contributing as a producer to their award-winning album, The Score. His voice also appeared on several tracks, blending spoken word and hip-hop elements that became central to the album's identity. Beyond collaborations, Forte released solo material and composed music for independent films, including projects associated with major film festivals. It is important to note that in some cases, personal details such as a cause of death are not immediately released by families or authorities. When official confirmation is unavailable, responsible reporting avoids speculation. Every family deserves privacy during moments of loss, and restraint remains essential in coverage of sensitive circumstances. While public figures often draw attention, some of the most meaningful stories remembered this week belong to individuals outside the spotlight. These include a Korean War veteran from New Jersey who later earned recognition as a photographer while also devoting himself to woodworking and weaving. Another remembered life is that of a Wyoming grandmother known for her extraordinary energy and decades of service as one of the state's longest-tenured nurses. Also honored is a Franciscan sister from Minnesota who dedicated her life to serving people across generations, from young students to the elderly, living to the remarkable age of 103. In addition to recent losses, this week also marks several significant anniversaries connected to influential figures from the past. 10 years ago this week, singer, songwriter, and actor David Bowie died at age 69. His impact on music and fashion reshaped popular culture, with songs that continue to define multiple eras. That same week also marks 10 years since the death of actor Alan Rickman, remembered for his commanding performances across film, including roles in major franchises and acclaimed dramas. 20 years ago this week, actress Shelley Winters died at age 85. She earned multiple Academy Awards and delivered powerful performances in both dramatic and historical films. 40 years ago, actress Donna Reed passed away at 64, leaving behind a legacy as a beloved television figure and a celebrated film actress. 50 years ago this week marked the deaths of both blues legend Howlin' Wolf and mystery novelist Agatha Christie. Each profoundly shaped their respective art forms, influencing generations of musicians and writers who followed. This week also commemorates the 100th anniversary of the birth of country music pioneer Ray Price. Though he died in 2013 at age 87, his influence continues through songs that helped modernize the genre and redefine its sound. Across the United States, flags have recently been lowered to half-staff in honor of Americans whose service and sacrifice are being remembered by their communities. These honors include tributes to a county fire chief in Hawaii, firefighters in Minnesota, a retired New York State police sergeant whose illness was linked to post-9/11 service, a former Michigan State senator, a Maryland police detective, a California police commander, and a former attorney general in Arizona. Each tribute reflects a life dedicated to public service and community protection.